Commissioner Mark Libre. I am Chair Designate of the Commission on Higher Education under USTP system. I stayed here in the university even before it was MPSC then it was actually converted to MUST. So one of the best things, it's more on student innovations, and apart from that, the transformation of the students into a holistic perspective. In fact, we during the time, the student affairs really initiated for student development. This is really to capacitate students, especially for those student leaders that has really potential and capacity that will lead their respective university organization. One is the leadership capacity building. It's actually a twice in a year we actually institutionalize that kind of development program for the students, particularly the student leaders. And during the time then, with President Rico Torres, he's actually doing more helping the students, empowering the students in terms of their human potentials. It's actually an orchestration. It's a home. I did not also expect to be the chair of the USTP, but I'm actually praying for it to handle the USTP then. But there is nothing impossible without the prayer. So it's actually a blessing. That is why the welcoming march is indeed, now I can say that after several years being with the university, now you can say, I can still say that I am home. The most essential thing, especially for the students, is the transformational leadership. In fact, this is actually commissioned to really help and facilitate the student leaders that has a lot of potentials, that they'll be out of their comfort zone. In fact, the rationale behind on that is sooner or later, they'll become leaders in the community. And we always go back to the mantra of doing magics with the students. And we know that the major stakeholder of the university, we have these students, and it is very crucial to really hone and develop the personality of our students. And it's good to note that the management, particularly the management committee and the board as well during the time, is very helpful to really actualize the potentials of the students. In fact, during that time, there were a lot of students who get involved to internationalization. And we always hear about that word, internationalization, but the paradigm during that time is really to expose the students not only in the metropolis, but nevertheless outside the Philippines. And we have the Hong Kong Foundation initiative, and our students are not that as open in terms of engaging with another culture, and there were also exchange of intellectual capacities. We have the Genesis program. We also have the Ayala Foundation, and there were also academic and extracurricular interventions in the student affairs. So we really call that as student innovation and formation. But these programs are actually not confined only with the student leaders, especially for those who are less fortunate, those deprived, and really willing to engage in the community. It's relative to be more transparent And at the same time, your compassion and dedication should transpire in all of your actions. Because during the time, it's also a struggle for the student affairs to really handle more than 12,000 students, and it's welfare and services so come across with all other areas about pertaining to the students. But nevertheless, the most essential thing is about the character of an individual, because later on, the development of the student is not only confined through academics, but it's also relative to really expose them the four corners of the world. Later on, the direction of the university is really to get along with the student leaders, not only within the Philippines, but across the nations. And being the chair designate, rest assured that my commitment pertaining to the student formation and student development, student innovation, I am with the USTP. I am Commissioner Mark Libre, and I am proud to say that I am a trailblazer.